The basic chord progressions that you've studied so far give you a clear and simple harmonic structure which you can build your song around. But if you want to lift your song beyond the ordinary, and therefore get better marks for your composing, then you need to look at adding different elements into your harmonic language. Now, as well as playing around with the bass line and the positioning of the chords, you can also add additional interest and a bit of imagination to your music by playing with the chords in your chord progression. One way is to add additional notes to your chords, sixths, sevenths, ninths. Think of the All Blues piece that we studied as an example of that. I'm going to show you how you can spice up a simple progression from chord 1 to chord 4 using these added notes. I'll play it first for you without the added notes so you can hear how they add interest to the chords that I'm playing. Now, as well as adding sixths and sevenths and ninths, you can also play notes at the same time as your chords which don't quite fit with the harmony and therefore create some interesting clashes. The example of this that I want to show you is from the song She's Like the Wind from the film Dirty Dancing. This song uses a progression of C major to a chord of E minor. But an F sharp is added in, which clashes with both chords and creates a really interesting sound at the start of the piece. Now, you can also introduce some more interesting chords into your basic chord progression, a bit like the substitute chords that we learnt about in the All Blues piece that you studied. There are some chords that you can use not included in the 4-chord progression that we've used so far, such as chord 2 or chord 3. And an example of this would be in John Lennon's Imagine. John Lennon uses chord 2 in order to create a bit of surprise that makes the transition between the verse and the chorus. You can also add chords that are borrowed from other keys, and a really popular borrowed chord in songs is chord 5 from various keys. I'm going to show you another example from John Lennon's song Imagine, which uses chord 5 borrowed from the key of A minor. Now the chord is used at the end of the chorus progression. I'm going to play it for you first without the borrowed chord and then with the borrowed chord so that you can actually see what a difference this substitute chord 5 adds into the song. Finally, you can make some of your chords different chords by changing them from major to minor or minor to major. This plays around with a really close relationship that exists between the major and minor scales. The example I'm going to play you is a song by Nancy Sinatra, You Only Live Twice. It's a really old Bond movie song. In the song, chord 4 and chord 5, which would normally be chords of F major and G major, become chords of F minor and G minor. Have a listen to how it completely changes the nature of this song.